canvas. So this is a fresh canvas, no treatments, no water, no gloss, no pre-stain work that goes on. We're just going to prep this canvas to actually be ready for the real design. And so, as you've seen a number of times, I've used liquid acrylic to get the ball going, to get the painting going, and to get the base coat and the base colors down. And to just get this thing flowing right to where I'll be able to start creating a design from it. So this is going to be base colors with a lot of brush work. And we're not going to put too much black into it. I'm just going to use a little bit of black, titanium black. Not too much. And set some lighter colors in here. Set some lighter colors in here. This is plaid blue. Plaid color. It's a plaid. And then maybe a little bit of reds coming in. I believe this is deep burgundy. Okay, so we have some base colors. We have a couple different brushes, and I think we're going to use the wider brush to just, and instead of going sideways, we're going to do up and down motions to create the lines and the colors. We don't want to leave that out there. We're going to paint these edges. Give it a little bit of color, paint the edges. And we're not worried about the brush strokes at this point. The brush strokes will come in to an important play in a little bit, but all we're trying to do is just get some of these edges done first. Okay, so the goal here is to blend the colors and kind of let them flow through the way you want. And let some of the color tones come out. Let some of the edging and the mixtures come out. Just trying to get the paint flowing. And you're using a thick brush, and you're just trying to get these lines and color blends in. Not worried about any pattern. I'm not worried about any particular cut. I'm not worried about any scrape marks. I'm not worried about getting the lines just perfect or the paint to flow just right. I just want this to give me some kind of background. And so you start preparing the canvas and you start seeing some things. And I want to keep the lines. If you could actually see the lines in the paint, I actually want to see the lines in this fashion, up and down, up and down. And I don't really care if some of the paint like drips into the design, because that's okay. And I don't know what that is. Yeah, there we go. I don't know what that was on the canvas, but I could tell there was something on there. I just want the lines to come through. Okay. Up and down motions, just letting everything flow, letting it all breathe, and just letting motion. And then maybe we add a couple other colors and elements. If I can get it out. Brushing those through. Brushing those through. Giving it that little bit of silver tone and brushing that through. Little bit of speckles, little bit of silver tone. Character building, concepts coming together, little bit of different ways of playing with acrylic paint and building some kind of story within the piece. And then you say, okay, do I leave that? Do I sponge it in? Do I give it some kind of effect? Using a different kind of brush. Do I give it a different kind of effect? Do I add some depth and theme to the painting? And I don't want it on every inch. I don't want this effect on every inch. Just giving it some effect in certain spots. And so now all of a sudden, you can see a lot of different colors coming through with the various effects. You have this whole background of colors. We've mixed about 5-6 colors in the background, in the first layer of paint. And then we actually used a splattering technique to splatter some of the acrylic onto the canvas. And then we're using different kinds of brushes. You're using the thick tree, it's almost like a tree creating branches, leaves brush type brush, real thick, and you can create this kind of effect. And so now you're seeing something very different on the canvas. You're seeing different, multiple things happening on the canvas. And then you say, okay, what is happening? What is going on here? There's a lot of energy points here. There's a lot of different elements coming together. And so that starts to build the base coat. And so you can see the base coat, the different effects that are being created on this base coat. There's different effects, different shading, different mixtures, different texture. You have those beautiful whites coming through in the reds and the deeper colors in the background, the grays and whites and blacks coming through. But you have this effect